Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how are you today? In today's video, I want to talk about some of the foods that have a really good shelf life that you should be stocking up on. Now, I know a lot of you, that this is, old news, but some of you are new to prepping that you just don't know where to start. Okay. And if you don't know where to start, the first thing really that you should be buying is a 50-pound bag of rice, honestly. Okay. And if stored properly, and by I mean storing properly is, getting oxygen absorber packs, food grade buckets, Mylar bags. Okay. Rice can store up for 30 years. Okay. Next is getting raw honey. Raw honey can store for decades. Okay. The next one would be sugar. Sugar can store up to 2 years. Okay. The next one would be molasses. Now, molasses can store up to 10 years if stored properly. And all of this is if it is stored properly. And you can do your own research to see how things can be stored properly. Okay. It's generally in a cool, dark place. If you have a basement, that's probably the best place to store things. If you don't have a basement, a lot of people put their things underneath their beds because a lot of people don't have pantries or they don't have room in their cupboards in their kitchen and things like that. Okay. The next thing would be salt, and salt stores indefinitely as long as it is stored properly. Now, if moisture gets to salt, game over. Okay. The next thing would be black beans. They can store up to 25 years. Lentils, 30 years. Pinto beans, 25 years. Pretty much any dry bean is 25 years, okay? The next thing would be instant mashed potatoes, and those can store up to 15 years. Pasta, 30 years. Vinegar is indefinitely, and vinegar is something that's really good to have on hand. My suggestion, if you're looking to store for a year, I would suggest getting about a dozen 1 gallon of the vinegar, because you can not only consume vinegar, like if you're making salad dressings, okay, when you're using it for cooking or whatever the case may be, but you can also use it to clean your home with. Okay, so there's a lot of good things that you can do with vinegar. All right. Now here's another one, and I know a lot of people are going to say, oh no, why'd she say this? But listen, the kids love it. All right. Ramen noodles. It only stores for about a year, but the kids love it. So why not just buy it? Right. Instant coffee. Instant coffee can actually store for up to 20 years. But like I said, as long as it's stored properly. Okay. And it all depends on how much you drink of coffee. I'm not going to say, oh, well, just buy a couple of boxes, because like a couple of boxes in this house will last us a month, because with the amount of coffee that we drink in this house, But anyway, baking soda can last for up to 3 years. But if it's opened, it only lasts, I want to say, about 8 months. But that's only because baking soda will lose its potency. Chicken bouillon, beef bouillon, about 10 years. Okay. Oatmeal, 30 years, if stored properly. Like I said, oxygen absorber packs, Mylar bags, food grade buckets, all right? Flour, same thing. You're looking about 30 years, all right? But first and foremost, especially with flour, because there's these little buggies called weevils, got to put it in the freezer first to kill those little buggers off, all right? And then take it out of the freezer, into Mylar bags, or if you're just going to do food grade buckets with oxygen absorber packs. Listen, however you want to do it, all right? Next would be powdered drink mixes, because you just don't want to be stuck with just water. All right, so you want to do some powdered drink mixes. I don't really know the life expectancy of a powdered drink mix, but is it really going to last you that long? Quinoa. Quinoa is good for up to 3 years. Quinoa is a really good alternative to rice, especially if you're trying to keep your carbs down. But in an SHTF situation, you want to try and get as many calories in your diet anyway, right? So dry milk is next on the list, and dry milk, if stored properly, you're looking at 20 years. So, you know, it's good, really. And if you're looking to store for up to a year, it really all depends on how much milk you're drinking. Like if you got kids, obviously you want to store more than what I would store, right? So, like right now we got 4 bags and it's barely getting touched because I only use it for cooking. So, you know, and the first bag that we opened, it's, you know, still not even halfway used. And I bought it like, I don't know, 6 months ago. You know what I mean? So, all right, the next one would be grits. Grits can last for up to 5 years. Cornstarch, indefinitely. Protein powder, like, you know, to make protein shakes. My son, oh, Lord, he is famous for buying this stuff, okay? He buys it off of Amazon because he refuses to go into GNC and buy it because it's cheaper on Amazon. This stuff is literally gold when it comes to, you know, for protein, for, you know, for your food storage. Trust me when I tell you, he's got it in every darn flavor you could possibly imagine. Chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, he's even got it in blueberry. And yeah, it tastes all right. But, you know, it's kind of like one of those, I'll drink it if I have to. But he's, you know, because he's a bodybuilder, my kid. That, and he puts out all these things for shakes and supplements, blah, blah, blah. But now, you know, he's in the Marines. You don't get to do that. Okay, so the next up on the list is breadcrumbs. Breadcrumbs is always good to have, especially if you're Italian. You know me. You know what I'm talking about. If you're Italian, you got to have breadcrumbs. Cornmeal stores good for up to 12 months. Powdered peanut butter stores good for up to 10 years, if not opened. All right, but here's where we come back into the storing properly. Oxygen absorber packs, Mylar bags, food grade buckets. All right, so then now we're getting into powdered butter, powdered, you know, cream cheese, powdered sour cream, powdered eggs, powdered everything. Every kind of powdered food you could possibly imagine, you're looking at 10 years. Powdered cheese, all right, powdered everything. You're looking at 10 years if stored properly. All right. Cocoa powder is 3 years. And no, I'm not talking about Nesquik. I'm talking about the baking kind. Okay. Baking powder is 18 months. Now, water, you know, all right? We've had this discussion how many times with water? How many times? All right? I love you. I do. All right, the next one is soy sauce. Soy sauce is 3 years. Did you know that? Why? Salt. And you know that even if you buy the low sodium soy sauce, it's still salty as all hell, right? Now the Worcester, how many times, how many different ways can you say Worcester sauce or Worcestershire sauce, or how the hell do you say it? But you come from different parts of the country, and how many times do you hear where different people have different accents? And how many... Oh, God. Anyway, Worcester sauce, 4 years. Don't make fun. Shut up. Maple syrup is indefinite. Did you know that? If stored properly. Hot sauce is 2 years. We got a lot of hot sauce here because of my son and my husband. Vanilla extract. It's good for like 5 years. All right. Consumable alcohol. I don't really know because, listen, I don't drink. And neither does Sean. And neither does my son. But somebody out there knows. Put your heads together. Okay, cooking oils, they're good for about a year, okay? Peanut butter is about a year. Whole coffee beans, about a year, because then they start to lose their oomph, you know? Ghee, about a year. Cereal, like, cold cereal, about 6 to 8 months. It's good, okay? Popcorn, 5 years. Okay. Hard candy outlasts more than other sweets like chocolate. You know. Okay. Now, some other good foods that you always want to have on hand. But these are like the typical, yeah, I already knew that. All right. Well, just listen, because not a lot of people do, especially for the new people that are coming into our community. All right. So let's just canned soups, like box Lipton soups, the box stuff, that's really good to have. Okay, canned fruit, canned veggies, canned meats, canned MREs. I eat like a chili. All right, like the ready-made meals, like chili. All right, you gotta have that. Okay, now tuna, the canned salmon, the canned clams, the canned sardines. Okay, the kind of stuff that we don't eat, but it's there. Spam. What? Hi, Jason. Are you gonna eat spam? Okay. Canned bread. All right. Canned butter. Canned cheese. So, but that's all, So let's get together. Let's put our heads together. All right. And let's talk. I love you. I'll see you soon. Stay safe. Stay warm. Keep prepping. Stay positive. Fearless. Bye.